I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
What is up, you guys? Thank you for watching another episode of First Date. My guest today is a comedian and actor, and he created the Cholo Fit exercises. I don't know if you guys watch those, but I was like super into them like way back when. Give it up for Frankie Quinones.
Yeah. What's up, Lauren? You killed it. You say my last name perfectly.
It only took me like 20 times, the Quiñones.
Yep. The Quiñones.
So, you're here from LA?
Yep.
Born and raised?
Born and raised in LA. Yep. And yeah, but I'm visiting. I don't know if you
Is this your first time to Austin?
No. I've been here. I've been here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where's your favorite? Are you going to live in LA forever?
Probably. Yeah, my family's there, everything, so.
Do you have a big family?
Yeah. Lot of fools.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No. Yeah, I don't have an immediate family. No, I'm single right now. But I got some niece and nephew and a lot of cousins and all that stuff. Mom and dad are still kicking it.
That's good.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had a girlfriend?
Whew. It's been about a year and a half.
What happened?
We broke up. We're still okay. Mostly because I was like, I was going crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you with her for a long time?
Yeah, we were friends for a long time, and then like over 10 years, and then we became intimate with each other, and then and then we kind of stopped that and just stayed friends, and then we started dating like kind of over the pandemic.
Yeah.
We became like pandemic homies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a monogamous person?
What do you mean, when I'm dating somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I have a lady, I got a lady. Yeah,
I don't know if you had like, have you ever had an open relationship?
I mean, I've dated people that we were open about or just honest about. Yeah, you're not the only person I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But I've never been in a relationship where like, yo, this is like, we're together, but here's how we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I've dated girls who were in open relationships also, and I was cool with it. I'm like, all right. You know,
Oh, so they were in a relationship with someone else and they told you about that?
Yeah, like, yo, I'm in an open relationship. I have a...
Do you think they were telling the truth?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I feel like...
Oh, like they're actually cheating on
right.
the man? You know, I was a little suspect of that, but then... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it works for some people, but I don't know. I think that fools will get jealous eventually, or I don't know.
I had a guy tell me that he was in an open relationship one time.
I think it's a little more suspect when it's the guy.
Right?
For some reason, I'm more believed this girl, you know, like, because I'm picturing the guy being like, well, yeah, go do that, because then so I can go do it, you know?
Yeah, so crazy.
But I don't know. Some people are on some spiritual, like, no, our energies need to spread, you know? So it's like... So like, hey, do your thing. But I don't know. When I have a lady, I'm like, nah, that's what I'm ramming. That's what I'm kicking it with. You know, like.
That's who you're ramming?
Yeah, like sexual activity. Sorry,
I know,
that was a little
got
aggressive.
it. I just have never heard anyone say it quite so ramming. That's who I'm ramming. That's hilarious. So where do you meet people? What's your favorite way to meet people that you date?
I don't know. You know, I've tried the online thing, and that really doesn't really work out for me. But I'm still like open to it, obviously, because you got to be these days. But mostly just being out and about. Like lately, I've been more confident of just being like, you know, if you see a cute girl at a coffee shop, whatever, just being like, all right, I'm gonna go up to her and talk to her. And it's kind of crazy because a lot of girls are like surprised by that because it's not happening as much. I feel these days. They're like, oh my god, like. Even if they have a boyfriend or something, they're like, oh my God, like I haven't had a guy come up to me in person in so long. Like, thank you. I'm flattered. You know, I have a boyfriend, but thank you so much. Seriously. And like, they're still like appreciative, you know?
Yeah.
But I have gone on a couple dates of just approaching people in public, you know, or women, you know?
But I do feel like that's
people,
kind of like a lost act though.
Yeah. I feel like, but when you do it though, the women like appreciate it that much more now.
Yeah.
So I've been like, all right, holy shit, you know, I got my little, you know,
your
little
radar.
thing going. Yeah, because before I wasn't as confident before. I'd be like, oh gosh, but now, yeah. But like, yeah. So if like a girl like has an energy or a vibe, and I'll be leaving. I've even like left the place, like driving. I gotta go back. I mean, I gotta talk to her.
Yeah.
You know, just so I like at least know. You know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I've been getting better at that. Once you do it like a couple times, it's a little easier. You know.
Do girls ever come up to you after shows?
Yeah, for sure. But you know, and I usually do a meet and greet when I'm touring and stuff like that. And I always like girls will put their number. Not that I'm like this heartthrob dude, like I know my lane or whatever, but it's like, but I also don't like to use comedy as like a way to like, oh, I'm gonna get some chicks, you know, or like, or like, oh, you saw me on stage, huh? Now you have an opportunity to kick it with me one-on-one. Like that's pretty cool for you, right? You know, like I'm not. Like, you know, I'm not doing all that. But you know, if you have a connection, you have a connection. But so yeah, I won't be like, yo, what's up? Like da da da. But if there's like a natural conversation or vibe, you know, then yeah. But overall, though, I don't like to use comedy as a way to like, hey, like, you know.
Do you have a type?
Girls. You know, I've dated I like to say I don't have a type, but I always end up with like definitely shorties because I'm a little homie too. But I've dated taller hyenas too, you know, like, or taller women. Sorry.
Taller what?
Hyena. So a hyena is like a chick, a girl.
Okay.
A hyena.
A hyena.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm learning. I swear to God, I'm learning. Okay. So ramming, hyenas.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ramming is not like, it sounds aggressive, but you know, a girl can ram me too, you know. She's like, yeah, you know, I rammed him out or whatever. Like.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. That does sound aggressive. So I'll just say, yeah. But.
Hyenas.
But yeah, taller hyenas I've dated, and then which is kind of, you know, I kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe I feel like, oh wow, you're up there, like, wow, you know, like. but
it's like climbing a tree, huh?
Yeah, you just gotta be the koala for a little bit, but but you know, I embrace it. Just hey, hold me. But yeah, I always end up with like shorter ones. Usually it's either Latinas or Asians, you know, for some reason. But I've dated like white girls and, you know, black girls and yeah, let me see.
What other kinds of girls? There's Mexican, Latina. Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Asian.
Hispanics, Latinas.
Mexicans.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans. Spanish.
Yeah.
Asians,
I did
white,
date a
and
Dominican
black.
girl one time. Woof, she was a spicy one. Yeah.
I bet she was hot, though.
She was. But
I've
like,
seen the girls that come out of Colombia.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, Dominicans and Colombians are definitely a little different, but yeah, Colombia.
Oh, Dominican. I'm sorry. I had my heart set on Colombia.
Yeah.
I have selective hearing.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah. I've dated Colombian too. Yeah, but yeah.
They always win the modeling competitions, the beauty pageants.
Oh.
So I just assume they're all pretty. One girl wins in the world, and I'm like, oh, that country's amazing. It's got talent.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a type, but I always end up with usually little brown homies. Yeah.
What is your biggest fear in a relationship?
My biggest fear?
Yep.
Probably getting my heart broken, you know? Or yeah.
What breaks your heart? Rejection, cheating?
Yeah, any of that. I guess if I'm all in love and you know, I'm like, I'm gonna be with this Haina for the rest of my life. Like I love her. Yeah, sorry, be with this woman for the rest of my life.
No, I like Haina. I'm learning. I'm just like not used to it.
I love hearing you say it too.
Haina. I think of Heine when I say that.
Yeah, or a lot of people think of hyena, but yeah, it's hyena. You know. Yeah. You'll be like, I'm a down ass hyena. You know, like, women embrace it as an empowered thing. Like, I'm a down ass hyena. You know.
Do women call themselves hyenas?
Sometimes they do. Yeah. Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm a down ass hyena. You know. And then so like a dude, they'll call a vato.
Okay, I thought that was like a rude thing to say.
No, a vato's like that means straight up like dude or bro or
vato.
Hey, vato. Yeah.
Okay.
Or, you know, like when cholas talk about, oh, I was dating this vato, like he was crazy, but I liked him, you know, like or whatever, you know, like.
You know, I just want to see you put on a wig and be like a Latina.
Yeah. Oh, I do it.
I want to see you do this. Yeah. Okay, so back to being your heartbroken. When was the last time a girl broke your heart?
Whew. It's been a while. I mean, the last relationship I was in, I was pretty heartbroken, but I caused that. So I guess I wouldn't say it was easier, but I was just more, like bummed out or beating myself up about that rather than like, oh, she left me for another dude or something like that. It's been a while though. So man, probably like, yeah, I don't know. And it was just that, like, we were kind of together but it didn't work out. And she wasn't ready I was ready, just the timing wasn't right.
Yeah.
So, or I thought I was ready. Looking back on it, obviously, I'm like, oh yeah, it was
Not the right person.
Yeah, but yeah, she just wanted to see other dudes and do her thing. And she had told me, like, you're like the type of guy I'd want to marry. But this was like a long time ago, so that we still had like a lot of life to live. But she was like, "You're the type of guy I'd want to marry, but I want to go do this right now." Like,
what a bitch!
Date other dudes, do my thing. But when she told me, like, you're the type of dude I want to marry, I let it get off.
Yeah,
homie, I wrote her a poem and shit, and brought her like flowers, like that, like the next day.
That's so romantic.
I know, but it was thirsty, But I was like, she told me that, and I took it as like, what? I'm the type of guy. So you want to get married? Like, you would marry me? You're saying, But
yeah.
she's saying like, yeah, but not right now, homie. Like, I want to go ram other dudes first. Ram other vatos first.
I feel like people are always like, I only see you as like a friend. And then whenever you hear I only see you as a friend, it's like, but don't you want to marry your best friend? You always hear people like, oh, I married my best friend. And it's like, well, the last fucking guy that I dated only saw me as like a friend. And then, like, you're going to go marry your best friend? I wasn't a good enough friend? I should have been a better friend?
Oh, wow. Yeah, when you say it like that.
Do you know what I mean? So when people are like, you're the kind of guy that I'd like to marry or the kind of girl I'd like to marry. So what? So what about, like, why am I the kind and not the one?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, you told me I'm the type of guy you'd want to marry, but why can't we, you don't want to get down right now? Like,
yeah, you're trying to go find someone that you don't want to marry? Like, I'm
pretty much is
so
what
like you're gonna lock it down. You're afraid you're gonna lock it down, and you don't want to be locked down.
I guess that's what it was, but it led to me being too thirsty, so that pushed her away even farther, and then just me laying in bed thinking about her ramming other dudes, or like being with. So I would just like being a buster, homie, like,
Welcome to the end, everybody. It's a storytelling show. Me and my comedian friends, we're all telling true and really terrible stories.
Into a toddler's face.
Wild.
Sometime.
Regretful.
Every STD.
Horrible.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
And amazing stories.
We just got started.
I'm gonna stop the terrorists. You're in trouble, mister.
Howdy, huh?
It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna kill us all.
I'm about to be fucked. You should be in jail. Hey, man, are you okay?
I actually do well.
You don't fucking talk to me, okay?
I'm a disciple of the Lord.
None of this was fun.
How did I get here?
How did this happen? That's a good question.
You guys ready to start the show?
When I had the idea for this show, I had no clue that bringing it to life would mean having to wear countless other hats that have nothing to do with being a host. That's why finding the right tool that actually works instead of just adding to your plate is a lifesaver. For millions of businesses, that's Shopify. Shopify powers the brands you know and love, like ours here at YMH, plus the ones that are just getting started. They have countless templates to build an online store for your brand or business without having to learn how to code or whatever. And they've got AI tools to handle everything you don't want to do, like write product descriptions, create headlines, and edit your photos. So you can focus on the stuff you actually know how to do. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/date. Go to shopify.com/date. That's shopify.com/date. Well, what's your single life like? What do you do day to day? What's your single life look like?
I mean, work is just like, I'm kind of like a workaholic. I'm pretty busy right now. I'm just like always touring or filming, or I'm at my studio, or just busy, and then or with spending time with my godchildren. But a motherfucker gets lonely too. It's just like, oh man,
Yeah.
I live alone. I got a pad, I'm just like, so obviously, like on paper, it sounds good to like girls like, ooh, but he has a job and a house, like, like, but then it's like, I don't know, it's just like finding somebody that I want to make that time for, because your time gets precious, especially you get older, or career stuff, and I'm sure it's like that for you. You got a lot of stuff on your plate right now, so it's like your time is precious. So I don't know, but I want, I want that. I want to meet somebody. I'm like, yes, like, when can I see you? Like I want that feeling, Just, what's up? Let's kick it, But it's just like going through all the stages and going on that date. Oh, so you like hiking? Like how many siblings you have? And just like, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do that shit, man. It sounds. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
There's parts of dating that I miss, and there's so much of dating I don't miss.
Yeah.
I feel like dating can be fun, just meeting new people in general, but I'm like, but you don't even have to date to meet new people. Like you can just go out with your friends and meet new friends. All my friends seem to have new friends all the time, so I'm just meeting like new people. So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have to date to meet new people. But when you're single, there's a lot of freedom in that too. Because you don't care really about what anybody else is. You're not on anyone else's schedule.
Right.
And now I'm on I'm married, and so I'm on someone else's schedule a lot. I'm always asking, like, what's your plan today?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
I definitely don't miss that part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes that's good for your life,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't speak for you. I'm just saying.
It's good for me.
Yeah.
But when you're single and you don't have to do that, you have so much freedom to just choose what you want to do throughout the day. And I forgot what that's like.
Yeah. Damn. They making it sound sad. Like.
Now my life revolves around two other people I'm constantly like looking after. Yeah. So
anyway, you got all sad for a minute.
Pretty
like,
sad. They asked me if I have like time to do a podcast. They're like, can you come on Friday? I'm like,
yeah.
I have something to do for me? I'd love to come to a podcast. Thank you so much. Very grateful for my job. Okay, well, I have this menu here, and I have appetizer questions, which are like basic, kind of like digging into the surface of your dating life. And then I have main course questions, which are deeper, more serious questions. And then I have my dessert questions, which are at the end.
Okay.
Do you want me to start with the appetizers, or do we go to main course?
Yeah, no appetizers, right?
We can ease our way into this.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are easy questions. These are easy questions. Do you believe in astrology?
Yes. I was slow going into it, but then Full started gaming me up on it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo.
What? Girl, shut up.
Oh my God. When were you born?
September 5th.
Fuck, I was the 15th.
Oh, crazy.
I am the 15th. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So both Virgos, I get along with Virgos really well.
Nice. That was
we would be best friends.
Fuck, bitch.
So we know. So which zodiac signs do you not get along with? I want to see if it's the same.
I don't know if I think it's like Capricorn or like is it? I don't know. That part I don't know. I know when I start seeing somebody, I'll look up their sign. But I just kind of started getting into this.
Do you look up their sign?
I don't know off the top of my head. Like no, I don't get along with those. I don't get along. I know Tauruses are good for me.
My husband's a Taurus.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck, that's crazy, homie.
I know. Scorpios are a hard no.
Okay.
And Cancers are a hard no.
Scorpios,
I mean, I don't have a choice anymore. But those two, hard no's.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Cancers are too fucking sensitive. They take everything personal.
Too fucking sensitive. Yeah.
Can't do
Sorry.
it. I can't do it.
But hey, shout out to the cancers. We love y'all still. You know, like, yeah.
Can't give any honest feedback to a cancer. They go, you don't like me. And it's like, no, you just fucking need to do what I'm telling you to do to be a better person.
Right.
And then Scorpios are these like fire signs and they have all this passion, but they seem to like have a general hatred towards things.
Oh my God, dude.
Just always mad.
Oh my God. I dated a Scorpio recently. Or we were, engaging in things.
Y'all were ramming?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so you were ramming this Heina Scorpio.
Yeah, ramming a Scorpio Heina. And but it's crazy that you just said those things because she was in an astrology and she was like I'll be like, oh, like we started like making out on my couch and stuff, and I got a nice couch. And I'm like, yo, let me put a blanket down. She's like, oh, you're such a Virgo. And I was like, what? Because I want to put a blanket down to protect my couch. She's like, yeah, you have to like,
why are you trying to protect your things?
Or like, yeah, protect my things. Or I'm like, anyways, but then she would always be like, oh, we're never going to get along. You're too positive. She's like, come on, just be a hater with me. And dude, she would say that. And I was like, damn, that's like a shirt right there. Like, you're too positive. Just be a hater with me. But that's such a Scorpio thing to say. Now that you read that.
It's 100%. And I can't.
Yeah, she's like, you're too positive. Just be a hater with me. And
I'm
I thought that was
such
funny.
a positive person. So being around someone who's like constantly like hating on stuff, just underneath, I'm just like, God, you just complain all the time. Stop complaining.
But dude, I used to talk shit on astrology. I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, who cares? Like, and now I'm like, oh shit, it does, dude. It does. It's a thing.
I can call it with people sometimes if it's like one of 4 signs, I can like call it. But it has to be either the 2 I don't like, where I'm like, that's Cancer.
Wow.
Or someone I do like a Virgo. If I get along with someone really well, I'm like,
You're a Virgo.
You're a Virgo.
Yeah.
We
We're
get
homies.
We get along too well.
But my homie one time, that the initial thing that got me into astrology was that when I was saying it was all bullshit, I wasn't against it. I just was like, yeah, whatever. He was like, he asked me what time I was born, all that, and I got all that information. And then he sent me like a 4-page breakdown of like where the stars were exactly when I was born, and here's your person. And it was like to a T where I got chills up the back of my neck.
Yeah.
And I was born in the year of the monkey and like all that stuff. And it was just like, I was like, oh, what the fuck, homie?
Isn't that
so
crazy?
So ever since then, I've been like very open to it, like, all
yeah.
right, maybe I do got to consider what sign you are if we're going to, get in a relationship or whatever. Yeah.
My son was born on February 17th. So this year when he had his birthday, it was the same day as the Chinese New Year.
Oh, sick.
So I have a lot of Asian friends. So I was asking all of them if that meant anything. I'm like, does it mean anything that my son's birthday?
You just put a blast out in your Asian group chat, like, hey, y'all, what's up?
I literally did. They were having a huge party, like a Chinese New Year party.
They get down.
Yeah, all this food. They had karaoke. They were playing card games. I mean, it was like going into this illegal gambling ring with food. It was amazing.
Like, oh,
I go every year. I'm like, I'm invited to this. Yeah. And I was like, it was his birthday that day. And so everyone's like, oh, it's his birthday. I'm like, do we rub his belly? Is he good luck? Like, what do you do? How do we shake him and does money come out? Like, how does this work? They have all these red envelopes that they give out and people put money in them. And everyone was having Jack's pull for him. That's my son's name. They were all having him pull the cards for them. And then everyone that he would pull for people would have the most amount of money in them. So he really did have I was like, open it up. I want to see how much money's in that envelope. And one girl, the first girl he pulled for had a 50. And out of 100, one person put a 50 in there. So he pulled the 50.
Whoa, Jack.
I'm just saying that
he
was born on Chinese New Year.
That's it.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Your favorite food?
Come on.
Mexican?
Yeah, of course.
What kind of Mexican?
I mean,
do you eat Chipotle?
Yeah, I do eat Chipotle, yeah. But that's its own thing. I don't like when Mexican homies are like, oh, you eat Taco Bell or you eat Chipotle. That's not real Mexican food. I know it's not real Mexican food. Chipotle is Chipotle, homie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's, Mexican food, but it's not like.
What is Mexican
When
food?
I go to Chipotle, I'm eating Chipotle. In my head, I'm not like, oh, I'm eating Mexican food. I'm eating Chipotle.
Okay, what's Mexican food?
Same with Taco Bell. Well, Mexico, you go to the, taqueria, the taquero, you get tacos, homie. Tacos de. I like tacos de cabeza, homie, which is the head.
What?
That's my favorite meat is the cabeza,
Oh.
So it's like the head muscle part because they do sesos too, which is like the brain. And
Do you do tongue too?
What's that?
Lingua?
Your tacos de lengua are good too, but I like the head more. I like the head more. Yeah. But yeah, so Mexican.
that's
But
Mexican
then there's
food.
more like sit down, like with enchiladas and stuff like. My mom makes some really good enchiladas, and then
Is that Mexican food?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's just Chipotle is not Mexican food.
Some people would debate that with you. To me, Chipotle is Chipotle.
Okay, it's Chipotle.
It's not Mexican food. It's
Okay.
just its own
I just
thing.
wanted clarification for my future homies
Yeah.
that I tell I get Chipotle too.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm not eating Mexican food. I'm eating Chipotle. Do you have any talents, hidden talents that we don't know about?
I could beatbox. What verse? What date? What Lauren Compton?
Oh, it's my new theme song. That's cool.
So that's cool. Yeah.
So how'd you learn to do that?
I was in elementary school, and I would get in trouble a lot for being like class clown and all that. If you can imagine. And then so I got detention. Like I would have to sit on this brick wall during recess for like a couple weeks straight because I was catting off so much in class. But there was
Fucking
another
Humpty
dude.
Dumpty over there.
Yeah, we had to sit on this like brick wall that was like, it was low, but it was like that you sit right there. You don't get to go kick it with the homies for recess. And there was another homie of mine, Justin Cabrera, and I'll never forget his name. And he was on the wall, and he was just sitting there, and he was beatboxing, where he could do the thing where he could hum and do a beat at the same time, like just. And I was like, "What, homie? How do you do that?" So we were just sitting next to each other. We were forced to be right there. So he was like, "Here, just hum first, and then do the beat separate, and then you just try to combine them. It'll take some time, but you do it." And then I just kept doing it from then. That was like in 5th grade. So then in the shower and everything, I like doing it in the shower because the water splash on you. You have your own little party, homie, whenever, So.
Shower.
Yeah. So yeah. Been doing it ever since.
So you hum and then you.
Yeah.
I guess I need a tune.
Try doing one where you're sucking in the. See, you could do that. The one where you're blowing out. The one's in.
Hold on. I'm wearing lip stuff.
Oh, and then you go. Oh, see, there you go. Hey.
My sounds like a shitty makeout session. I can't do it.
Baby, I love you.
Would I make it on the wall? Would I have been a cool wall person to be with?
Probably. Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Probably not. Yeah.
I belonged on the monkey bars. Swinging.
We would have been like, can you go to the monkey bars?
Yeah, can you just go get the fuck away from us? You're not in enough trouble to hang out. Do you like sports?
Yes.
What kind?
I like them all pretty much, but I love
Soccer?
baseball. Baseball's number one. Yeah. Well, soccer because I'm Mexican. So we all know you love soccer, right? Yeah.
That's your fave, huh?
Because Mexico, yeah. But
do you know the drama about baseball lately?
no, what?
So I'm going to fuck this up. Every time I try to tell a story like this, I somewhat fuck it up because I only read headlines and then like a blip of the news. So there was is it called A5 in baseball? No one knows. Okay. So in baseball, there's like, it happens every 4 years. There's a big competition and all the best players in the world get together.
Yeah, the World Baseball Classic.
Is that what it is? It's every 4 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. I told you we're going to know pieces of this story and then you're going to fill in the blanks. So big thing. The coach for America goes on. He thought that America had advanced, but we hadn't advanced yet. So he was saying who the starters were going to be, but he was speaking out of line because America hadn't advanced yet. So they played, it was either, I think Italy and Mexico were playing. And if Mexico would have beat Italy, then America wouldn't have advanced. But if Italy beat Mexico, then America did advance. And it was this huge deal because it was the coach's fault for kind of spilling all this information about, and Italy beats Mexico in baseball. You're the one that likes baseball.
Yeah.
You don't know the story?
No. I do. I am aware of this.
So you know that
I knew that the coach of the U.S. like spoke out of line, like ahead of something, and they jinxed
you're
it.
repeating what I just said. You didn't know that.
I know that he jinxed something, but I didn't know the whole details. I didn't know why it was or something like that. But I heard that he jinxed.
Yeah.
The thing.
Well, anyway, Mexico fucking lost.
Fuck.
By the way, when I asked you if you like sports, and you were like, yeah, baseball.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to like really be barking up your tree.
Well, no, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I like watching World Baseball Classic ones, but that's not really like, it's kind of like, it's not as important as the Major League season. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was. So I guess that's my problem. I thought that this was like a bigger deal.
They're trying to, I mean, it's been building up over the last, but it's kind of new. You know, the World Baseball Classic, hasn't been around that long. I mean, in the big picture of things.
Okay.
But the Major League season, like the playoffs, the World Series, that's the big
deal.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything else about baseball.
Yeah.
That was it. That was my big story that I knew about sports. I thought I was really... Are we into March Madness at all? Are we into basketball?
When it gets to like the Elite Eight or the Final Four, I'm definitely getting in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet 16, I start
so
tuning
you're
in.
like kind of into sports.
Yeah, well, I think I'm into it more than whatever your average thing. I tune in. But like usually playoffs and stuff like that, yeah. But like baseball, I'll go to any baseball
Do you
team.
have a jersey? Do you own a jersey?
Yeah. I got a Fernando Valenzuela jersey. I got a lot of Raiders jerseys.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I feel like that's a fan. That's someone you're invested in certain players.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what a jersey means?
I mean, I go to games, I follow, yeah. Yeah.
What's an interesting fact that you know about a sport that you can tell me?
Come on. That I know about a sport?
Yeah, any sport.
An interesting fact?
An interesting fact.
There was a pitcher, I forget his name. We could probably look it up. That pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he was partying. He liked to party. And he was on acid and he forgot what day it was. And they called him and they were like, yo, you're starting today. A starting pitcher. There's a documentary on it. And he went and pitched. He ended up pitching a no-hitter. It wasn't a perfect game by any means. He walked a lot of people. He but he didn't give up any hits. And he was on acid.
Doc Ellis.
Yep. There he is. Doc Ellis.
Wow.
He looks like he's on acid right there.
It does look like he's on acid.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool story, man.
That is a cool story. I like that story.
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on from sports. On your days off, if you had a girl that you were going to go on a date with, would you rather go out somewhere or stay in?
I mean, well, if it's our first date, then obviously we got to go out somewhere. I'm not going to be, hey, come Netflix and chill, unless I'm just trying to ram, But yeah, go out somewhere.
Where would you go?
Oh, God.
Are you fancy? Are you steakhouse or are you the taqueria?
Taqueria.
The taqueria. Are you gonna take this cholosita to a taqueria?
It depends because I've had, if it's a first date, I usually try to keep it chill, like meet up for lunch or coffee or something like that. Keep it just to check if the vibe is right. But if I already kicked it with this kicked it with this girl and had a cool conversation, then I might lean into more like, yo, let's go somewhere nice,
Yeah.
Like usually my go-to is like Italian because usually people can find something for themselves, whatever like they're into. But I do love a nice steakhouse.
I do too.
But
then you get in the problem of what if you don't like this person or like
so
weird shit
so I've
happens.
gotten that advice from girlfriends of mine, like yo, don't go in too hard on the first date because
you're stuck with them.
I mean, I have, especially when I was like, whatever, when I first started making money and stuff, I like went overboard on everything. I would take girls on trips or like, like, yo, let's go to Vegas for a couple nights and da-da-da. And then like within the first couple hours of the trip, I'm like, oh, I don't like this person.
Oh no.
And then you're stuck with them, homie, for like the next 2 days. And I'm just like, oh, but then I'm like, you did this, you chose this, you did this to yourself. And then like, I remember I took one girl on a trip and she was just like dirty. Like in the hotel, I had a nice hotel room at the Wynn.
Yeah.
And then
Great hotel.
she would leave trash next to the trash can, like on the floor. Like, just why aren't you putting it in the trash?
Definitely
homie?
not on the
It's
All-Star
right
team.
there.
Yeah, she missed every shot.
Yeah, and then she was like burping and like, it's fine, like one or two burps. Like, okay, I'm like, hey, that's cool that you're that comfortable in front of me already, but then you keep doing it, like it's all good. And then like one time she burped all loud, and she was like this pretty like petite girl, and I kind of look at her and she's like, what? Like she started giving me attitude about being upset that she's burping all crazy in front of me.
Did she
like,
not?
What?
Did she not? Was she not self-aware?
I guess not, or she just like didn't give a fuck. Like I don't know, but I don't know. It was I'm getting upset even thinking about that story. I'm just saying, yeah. Because I was just like, to be stuck with somebody, like but I'm like, that's why you don't invite people on fucking trips on the
Unless
first
you
date.
really
It was like
know
a
'em.
first date.
Yeah. I used to when I would date guys, they would ask me where I would want to go. And I had like a handful of favorite restaurants. And so more or less I wanted to go eat the kind of food I wanted to go eat, like at my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
And that really backfired because then I'd go on a date with someone at one of my favorite places. I would have a great meal, but if I didn't like them, they would know where I like to go.
Oh, interesting.
And I started ruining my plate because I'd run into them later at my favorite places. And I was like, man, that was really fucking stupid. I shouldn't have taken them
they're
to
like,
my...
there she is, huh? Taking
Yeah.
her to their next
They're like,
victim.
oh, this is your favorite place, huh?
That's really, yeah.
I'm like, fuck. That was
I
a
don't-
terrible
I like-
idea.
Yeah, but it's also like, I don't, because I could be indecisive sometimes, but I gotten better at that because I feel like a girl's like, I'll be like, yo, I'll make the plans, Here's where
Yeah.
we're going to go.
That's
but
hot.
I'll always run it by her, though. Like, is this cool with you,
I love when a guy makes the
Or
decisions
I'll just be
for
like,
it,
is there
too.
anything you don't eat or da-da-da?
There
And
was a
then-
guy when I was dating, there was a guy that had come to town and wanted to take me on a date. And we were friends, like new friends. And so I was like also kind of showing him like around Austin. And I was like, yeah, let's go to this one place. The food is so good. It's like my favorite restaurant. So we go. And the whole time, he must have been a Scorpio. He complained about the lighting. He was like, oh my God, this is like hospital lighting. It's
No.
like fluorescent bulbs. And I'm like, I didn't even realize that it was like the lighting was bad in here. And then we were eating something and he was like, can you taste this? Can you taste how bad this is? Or do you have COVID? And like, cause you lose your sense of smell or taste when you have like COVID.
God.
Dude, the whole time, all he did was like ruin the meal. And this guy was a celebrity. So he kind of felt like
I can be this way.
he can be that way.
Ugh.
He was rude to the waiter.
Yuck.
So rude. I was like, this was the biggest mistake ever to bring you to like my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, or just people are like, and then when you're getting to know somebody and all they do is complain about shit, it's like, come
Yeah.
on, man. It's just like, yeah, I can't do it.
I'd rather someone just be like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time. Just tell me you don't like me if all you want to do is complain. It's terrible. What is your long-term goal? What do you want in a relationship? Do you want to get married and have kids?
Yeah, I do.
How many kids do you
So
want?
I would go back and forth with that. I used to. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I'm meant to be, just whatever,
You're not meant to be single.
single, or I'll get married when I'm like, 65 or something.
No.
and, at the retirement home or whatever.
No.
But no. Now I'm like,
You have too big of a personality and too much going on.
yeah, no, I want to get married. I want to have a kid.
Yeah.
At least one.
You have to have two.
I know. I kind of don't want to have an only child, but like
I'm an only child.
Yeah.
It's coming from an only child. I feel like I saw Chris Rock on an interview, and he was talking about how one kid is really, really hard because you're the one that has to play with them. And like you get down in the sandbox and play with them, and you have to go like build the blocks and let them knock them down and all this stuff. If you have two kids, then you become the usher. And you're
Right.
like, come over, and then they can go play with each other. And it's apparently
Yeah,
easier
play
to
over
have
here
two. Now I'm having two boys. Do you have a brother?
I have a sister. Oh. She's cool. Yeah.
I know, but do you remember your childhood?
Yeah.
I'm nervous about two boys. I feel like it's going to be the WWE at
Wait,
my
how
house.
old's your other son right now? One?
One.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be WWE, homie.
They're
going to
be 18 months apart.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be, they're going to have their battles for sure.
What do I do? Do I let him fight it
I have
out?
a godson, my nephew, and he just made it out of the he just turned 3 last week. But man, them terrible twos, boy. And then, I have a goddaughter, my niece, Frankie. She's named after me.
Oh,
She's so adorable and cute and everything. And
that's a cute girl name too.
yeah,
Not that it's not a cute boy name,
it was interesting seeing
but
the differences between
the boy and the girl.
Yeah, the boy and the girl. The boy was definitely more, like, hey, man, I want to fuck shit up right now,
Yeah.
to say. So there's just no way around it. They're gonna get after each other. But
Do I let him fight it out or do I break it up?
I mean, it depends. If there's blood, then yeah, you should probably break it up.
A part of me is like so savage though that I'm like, I want to see may the best kid win.
Yeah, well, hey, you gotta let boys be boys too. At the same time, and you're in Texas, homie. Like, you gotta let them get after it a little
Yeah.
bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see if they will make it in the UFC or not.
Yeah. Right. Well, having a brother will help with that.
Yeah. I'm starting to ask for I'm big into gift giving. Like I feel like gifts are my love language, giving and receiving. So now receiving gifts, I'm shifting my wants to like a helmet and shoulder pads. I'm starting to get balls thrown at me.
Oh, yeah.
So I want protection. And I feel like eventually I'm going to need a plastic wall, like just a shield to walk around in. Did you ever, my son throws things.
Yeah. Mom, Charlie's my nephew. He hits me in the face. And it's hard not to, because I'm like, oh, he's 2. I can't just like throw him across the room right now or, punch him back or something. But like, it's hard to be like, and my sister's like, no, like she's trying to like break our intergenerational trauma and, all that. And like, because we used to get our ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, she's like, no hitting. And
Oh, she's gentle parenting.
she gives the timeouts, and stuff. And so it's crazy for me to see that because I'm like, what? Like, at least, but anyway, so he hits me in the face. He throws shit.
Yeah.
It's, that's why you're going to probably need some, protection.
Football helmet. Okay, well, my dessert question. You said that you gave a girl flowers and some poetry. Mm-hmm. What is the most romantic thing you've ever done for a girl?
Oh, man. Whew. I don't know. Probably, I mean, I want to say a trip to Europe would probably be, I did that.
Did you know this girl?
Yeah. It was my lady, but at the time.
Where'd you go in Europe?
Went to Paris and then went to London. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's hard not to, any corner in Paris is going to be romantic. That city just looks like a movie set, but I don't know, just like, I'm trying to think of like a regular, like where it's not, oh, you went to Paris, it's like, I don't know. I guess I had a dinner at my place, like prepared. Like I had a homie of mine who's a chef make the food. It was a surprise too.
Okay.
And I did the corny ass little like rose petals on the ground. I had the little candles lit. And then I had a hot bubble bath ready for her when she got there.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and it all like led to that. I had like 3 bouquets of flowers. This cool music playing, and she showed up, and I was like, yo, you go take a bath, chill out, have some time for yourself, and then we're going to have dinner together here. And she was like, oh. Like, you know, just
Was
that
it her
moment.
birthday or anything?
Yeah, it was her birthday.
That's cool.
And so, wait, was it her birthday or her anniversary? Might have been her anniversary. No, it was her birthday. Yeah. But, yeah, and she went and took a bath, had time for herself, and then, you know, my homie prepared the food. By the time she got out the bath, and he packed up, left, then she came out, and it was like a romantic dinner.
That's
right in the
great.
middle of the living room. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Whew. Maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
romantic.
want to like be into somebody like that again, you know, and do that again. But
Yeah.
it's hard dating.
Well, maybe someone will slide into your DMs soon.
Yes. Oh yeah. The DMs. I get anxiety opening those.
Maybe someone will slide into a coffee shop soon.
Yeah.
Approach them that way. Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Nah. Thanks for having me.
This was really fun. I learned a lot about you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching another episode of First Date. We will see you next time.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't